Now I wanted to use this time to talk about moving up to bigger bikes and stuff, because over here in the UK, this year especially, there's a lot of people that are moving from 125s to their first big bikes, their first proper bikes. Which is a good thing, but there isn't a lot of information out there about what bike to move up to, why move up to a specific bike for your first bike, so on and so forth. And a lot of people can get carried away or get a lot of bad data, bad information about their first bikes. I just want to take a moment to talk about that. So, a good first motorcycle choice is a bike like this. This is a 1998 Suzuki GS500 E. Now, what makes this a better beginner bike than, say, an R6? Because there's a lot of people out there on the internet, on YouTube, and they're asking questions like, I'm moving up to my first big bike, or I'm getting my first motorcycle, should I get an R6? And some people go above that and go, oh, is that not enough power? Should I get an R1? So the reason that something like this is a good beginner bike, it's quite simple actually. Now, you see, when this came out in the factory, it's got about 47 brake horsepower and about 30 newton meters of torque. It's not going to win, any races against super bikes. It's not the most powerful, agile bike out there, and there are twin cylinder bikes out there with a little bit more power than this. Like the Jeep Z5's got about 60 brake out of the factory, and so on and so forth. But basically, the reason is this: if I rag this everywhere, absolutely, pin the throttle everywhere, and rag it day in, day out, my only choice is to accelerate as fast as this relatively low power motorcycle can offer me. It'll accelerate pretty fucking fast compared to a lot of cars, just casual cars out there. But for a motorcycle, it's pretty tame. The point of this is that it's very forgiving. Now it tops out about 110 miles an hour, so at any point I can only ever make a mistake at 110, which is still fucking fast. But on an R6, you can make a mistake at 165, 170 miles an hour, which is a little bit different. And in layman terms, every motorcycle requires a specific point of skill, a specific skill set to operate that vehicle, like anything. But once you first jump on your big bike, you haven't got any skill, you haven't got any practice. You could have ridden the fastest 125 out there. You jump on a big bike, you've got no idea. Unless you're on a racetrack, you've been racing since you're about 10 years old, you've got no idea about a bigger bike. Not at all. So you jump on a bigger bike, you haven't got the skill. You've barely got the skill to operate a GS, like this. It's what a beginner bike is all about. It allows you to get that skill, to practice and get that skill set, but in a particular, a safe enough environment. If I want the throttle right back, it's not going to kill me. I've got that cushioning, that saving me from my self-distance. This is what a beginner bike is all about. So, when you first move up to your bigger bike, you don't want to look at anything fast. Not anything, no ZX6s, no ZX10s, no R6s, no R1s, anything like that. Nothing like that. You want to look at GPZ 500s, GS 500s, Bandit 600, nice imported 400s, they're good starter bikes. Something that has got the benefits of a bigger bike, but it's not going to obliterate you like an R6 will. Now, I know I sound a little bit like Joy Killington, but because every kid just wants, every kid wants an R6. Every kid wants ZX10 or ZX6. But you gotta start off at the grassroots level and work your way up. So I don't think even Chase on Two Wheels started on an R6. I think it was a SV650, something like that. Which is still a pretty fast bike. Still pretty rapid, about 70 brake, which is sort of the same as Bandit, really. Still a pretty rapid bike, but compared to the 120 brake of an R6, nothing. And that's my point. To begin with, you don't want anything that you can kill yourself on too easily.